My cohort and myself, I'm Marconi, and this is Baloney. Sometimes you get Marconi, and if you're really bad, you get Baloney.
Most of the time, it's all baloney. Let's be honest.
You're right.
Pantalones gratis con Marconi Bologna. Esto es Los Pantalones Libres de Podcast.
The Pants Free Podcast.
Pantaloni Libero.
Hello and welcome to another fine Pants Free Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Pants Free Pod. My name is Marconi Bologna there, and Nick J. Miles, my cohort, is here with us today.
Yay!
Nick is always into something. You've been to, like, Portugal. Where else have you been? You just got back from where?
Prison.
Oh, there you go. That's good. By the way, Nick, our podcast is always generously sponsored by Dave's Killer Bread. They are a great company. If you don't support them, or if you have access to Dave's Killer Bread and aren't utilizing it, what's wrong with you?
You know what I say about Dave's Killer Bread is, we don't need to promote Dave's Killer Bread. All we ask you to do is take the taste test.
Right, yeah. I mean, seriously, I don't even need to tell you it's delicious and organic and wonderful and full of seeds and deliciousness and perfect with toast, cheese, butter, bacon, eggs.
I've never heard anybody promote anything because it's full of seeds, but the seeds are good. I like it because it's full of seeds.
That's what Dave's Killer Bread does. Have you eaten it before? What
really?
It says right there on the thing. They have power seed bread.
Delicious, nutritious.
I'm disappointed that you didn't know that. Go to daveskillerbread.com, Nick. Maybe you should try the bread yourself and stop living a lie.
I'd like to have an eating competition with you to see who can eat the most seeds in Dave's Killer Bread.
Already done. It's at the bottom of the bag when you're done. I just rifled them into my mouth. Say no to bread on drugs. daveskillerbread.com to find out if Dave is near you. And if he's not, order online. daveskillerbread.com.
Can we take a short break while I make a sandwich?
Make sure and check us out at pantsfreepod.com. There's links there to the Stitcher app, iTunes, Spreaker, and more. pantsfreepod.com. Nick, I don't know, this is a great podcast and everything, but we have over 48 subscribers on my new YouTube channel, Me Marconi, and the latest video this week is how to be a radio DJ. And
I learned a lot. When I watched that, I made notes. Mm-hmm. I have 14 pages of notes now. I'm going to go practice.
Oh, wow. And I shot so much video on that there's a room for a part 2 and plenty of outtakes galore. So look forward to that. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/memarconi. And eventually I got it because, Nick, you're in the Harlem Shake video we did last week.
No, that's not me.
Oh, it's not?
Yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
We thought it would be funny to talk about Nick being in the videos, but not mention it on the video. So only people that listen to the podcast would know that it's Nick.
Right. And
I'm sure there are plenty of fans that listen and watch both and everything, but we decided not to credit you. Well, but I did, though. In the outtakes, I credited you.
Right.
So I guess I made my mistake there, didn't I?
Right. And I've been watching eagerly a lot of people coming up with new ideas for the Harlem Shake videos, which is kind of good. And then, of course, all
now,
the corporate guys.
People should stop making it now.
It's kind of over. Like Pepsi made one the other day, and I was like, all right.
But
I was driving through Austin in the SRT, and there's a bunch of people wearing weird costumes, like Ninja Turtle costumes. And hey, what do you guys got? What's going on? They said, we're here for the Harlem Shake video. I was like, oh yeah, that's 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we did ours 2 weeks ago. Oh my God.
Yeah. Go to the Me Marconi channel and check it out because you probably aren't going to do anything close to that thing.
Here is your late news roundup from the world and the nation.
Pants Free News, this is what happened this week, and one of the biggest stories is the fact that Burger King's Twitter account got hacked.
Yeah, it's weird because it got hacked by a guy who's apparently a McDonald's fan, and he wrote a bunch of crazy stuff about how McDonald's had purchased them. But what I thought was really weird is Burger King got the equivalent of $5 million in free advertising around the world, and they said, no, thanks, close our account, bye.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
If they were smart, they would have made a video right away. They would have done. They should have done a Harlem Shake video and promoted it, and it would have been this huge viral thing, and you've been like, Burger King's pretty cool, but they just said, nope, shut her down.
Oh, they could have sort of come out with a statement and go, unfortunately, our April Fool's joke leaked out early.
Something, like it would have been cool, I think. And I don't know. I just kind of sit there and look at it like, I wish my Twitter account would get hacked.
Right. These groups out there who do some of the hacking, like Anonymous, they're actually entertaining.
Yeah.
Because I feel very much like the grip of these great big corporations are out there, and they become suddenly very vulnerable when these organizations hack them.
I mean, they need to come up with a better password than Ronald is a douche. I mean, that's pretty easy to... This just in, BK now making Harlem Shakes.
Ew.
Delicious.
Check this out. Google have released a video of the UI for its Glass project.
I've decided not to watch the video until I can watch it on their Google Glass glasses, because that's what it is, right? You can watch YouTube videos on the internet's in your eye.
Yeah, and I think that's actually going to be quite fun. The other thing is too that you can talk to it and then it will respond. So, for instance, you say, "Show videos of childbirth," and it will, walk you through childbirth.
Why did that automatically come to your head?
Well, because the one funny thing that our friend Jeremy Kramer had posted on Facebook the other day, which I thought was actually hilarious, was that he wants to run up to someone who's testing the Google glasses and shout, "Pictures, gross, diarrhea, repeat." And this guy would get all these images of diarrhea flying in his face, and he couldn't stop it.
Well, that's the other thing is, it seems like something that a dude that wears a Bluetooth headset around all the time would probably use. I don't really see myself being a Google Glass guy. Do you?
No, but here's the deal. Can you name one person that wears a Bluetooth headset that isn't a douche?
I make fun of my dad because he does that, and my dad's not a texter either, which is my dad, like most of the people he communicates with, are texters, and he doesn't like it. And I'm like, well, you got to make a choice in your life. You're either going to adapt, or you're going to be like that old guy that's like, nope, I'm not going to get into it. I have my Uncle Jack. He always says, yeah, I'm on the internet, but I don't like it.
It's so annoying.
I want you to test it. Maybe we could get Google to send you one so we could test it for like video or something.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun.
Yeah. And now fun. Nick Miles tests out Google Glass. Yeah. I can't see anything. I've gone blind. Ah!
Yeah, I'll be an early adopter, but I'll be also the early blind guy.
Yeah, it would really suck if like you could only use it with a certain eye, and like that was the eye that you had an eye patch over or something.
When news breaks, we're the first there to mock it.
Hey, guess what? This is an interesting story, but Twitter is actually reducing the number of characters that you can tweet if you put a URL in your tweets.
I didn't understand, because it used to just omit that from the number of characters. I thought that was cool, because it does make sense that it should count for something, but I don't understand. This, to me, I thought of this when I saw this story. What if they made a model that was like, we're going to reduce you to 117 characters, but if you want a premium account, you can have 150.
Right.
I mean, would you upgrade? Because I would.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, if premium account meant that you were more people would look at your tweets or something like that.
I think they would make more money if because most of the people that include URLs with stuff are promoting something.
It is annoying.
So, yeah. So what if you had to pay like 10 cents every time you include a URL on your tweets? That might make the money. I
also wish that you could only do a certain number of URLs per day. Because a lot of times people will just tweet like what's on Mashable, and I follow Mashable. I don't need you to tell me what Mashable's up to.
Right.
The other thing about Twitter, too, is it needs to stop recommending that I follow Billy Crystal.
There's a couple of interesting new technologies out there. First of all, I don't know if you've heard about this technology called Prox2Me, but what it does is it's for iPhone right now, and it's Proxtome. And what it does is if you use it, it will send a file to everybody that's in the room with you.
Oh no!
So it's kind of cool, right? So if you have an iPhone and you want to send a file to everyone in a meeting, or you're in school and you want to send a picture of the naked teacher to everybody in the classroom.
Hey now.
then you just you can use this proximity. I think that's kind of cool, and you can choose like to send a video or choose it from Dropbox or from your gallery, the picture that you want to send.
Peen pics, that kind of thing.
Yeah. The other piece of interesting tech that showed up was Yahoo have changed their homepage. You know, we all think that Yahoo's kind of done, and you never really.
I use Ymail. You know, this is what's really weird is they've adapted to Ymail,
right?
And because Gmail is so huge, so now instead of Yahoo.com, you can have your address. But it's confusing because I didn't convert it. I have a at Yahoo and a at Ymail, and every time I try to log in, it tries to take me to Yahoo Mail, and it's annoying. But all I use the Ymail for is just when people want your email somewhere.
Three people
Why is Yahoo even available anymore? Like, why don't they just give up? I'm serious. Do they have anything other than their homepage? I mean, what do they do? They make the widget for my weather app on my iPhone.
They were good at one thing. They were really good at news stories for a while. Like Yahoo had some good news stuff. But
isn't that on everything on the internet? I mean, can't you just get that? I mean, the one thing I used to like Yahoo Messenger, but they haven't improved that in like 30 years. And the only thing good about Yahoo Messenger that's better than the Kick app is that you can use it on your computer. But
yeah, you know, someone needs to come up with a messenger that works on all platforms and combines all of your messengers together into one box.
I like escaping from my other boxes.
Well, you could suspend boxes.
Oh, I do. And I will.
That'd be interesting to see.
I'm the king of box suspension, sir. I don't even know what that means.
You know, we had this whole story about Oscar Pistorius.
Yeah, what's going on with him? Like, he was in court today, right?
He's back in court, and really what he's doing is now trying to make his defense.
They say, so his girlfriend did rob him, but what she stole was his heart. So he should have attacked her with kisses.
Right, he's actually, he's in the middle of the bail hearing, and they're just attacking the police. They're trying to make the police chief investigator out to be a bad guy.
Well, they think that he's a flight risk, but, right. I mean... Just take away his legs.
Yeah, right. Oh my God! You can stay, but your legs have to go.
Wouldn't that be the good solution? Like, I'm sorry, we're just going to take away your legs for a while.
That's so wrong. That's so wrong. It's like, I can't even tell you how wrong that is.
I mean, I thought that when Paul McCartney was married to that that wouldn't shut up, and she had one leg.
Yeah.
I thought, just take her leg away. And
Stumpella?
Just don't let her... What was her name?
I can't remember, but, I went to a concert with Mark Hamilton where she sat in front of us.
Oh, yeah?
And this is the funniest thing about her. I can't tell you how much we nearly pissed ourselves laughing. It was a Paul McCartney concert, and she got up and danced in the show, and to dance in the show... She used the leg as like a pole, so it was still attached to her.
Yeah.
So she put it in the floor, and then she used the other leg to push herself around in a circle with the leg planted. So it was like a kid's game, it was like sliding around a stripper pole, except the stripper pole was her leg.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
Well, thank God that's over.
Yeah. It's the end of the world as we know it.
It's another fine edition of the Pants Free Podcast. Follow us on Twitter if you're not already, at Pants Free Pod, and on Facebook at Pants Free Pod as well. I'm Balonius Francine Marconi with Nick J. Miles saying...
And we're done!
Pantalones a libero.
Pants Free Podcast.
Pants Free Podcast.
Pants Free Podcast. Pants Free Podcast.